Hello friends, and welcome to our sound check video. We've had to make a few adjustments to how we do business, so I've had to shuffle a few members of my staff around to make sure that people are within my bubble.
Dad, is this what I do to hold the strings on?
Give my brother the guitar.
Hey,
Now your turn,
Never
Steven.
turn your back upon a second chance. Never trust a guy.
I am trying to hit the high E.
I know you need to
Yes, I've been doing my warm-ups. Hopefully you can see me and you can hear me, in which case...
better. And believe me when it does. Those who pin it to the margins, baby, they'll be sweeping up.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Stephen Kellogg, and I'm here at an undisclosed location.
Well, we'll start with a man who we are always happy to welcome back on the mountain stage. This is his 6th visit.
Really excited. Stephen Kellogg is with us.
Singer-songwriter Stephen Kellogg has shared a new
Back in the day, used to do 275 days a year on the road.
Live at the Bay Studios with Stephen Kellogg.
I'd never heard your music before. I really loved it.
The thing is, I have been kicking around here for almost 20 years now, you know.
I know what you're saying.
He does what he does best, which is mine his own life to come up with some truths. Paul Simon does it too. A lot of great writers do it, and I think he's right up there with them.
I'm not a guy that gives up. I never give up.
Sold out show tonight at Wolfram. Please welcome our friend, Mr. Stephen Kellogg.
I go la 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 la.
Please welcome Mr. Stephen Kellogg.
My name is Stephen Kellogg, professional singer and songwriter. It's better to be at the bottom of a ladder you want to climb than the top of one you don't. I got that from The Office.
There'll be objects in the mirror.
I think Stephen is brave, you know, so as an artist,
He's an artist.
As we look back through the looking glass.
His music is pretty much the most honest music I've ever listened to in my life. It's like he's writing in his diary.
Gotta dance like a symphony of joy.
In his music, he exudes optimism, a belief in all our abilities to transcend and persevere.
I always say that he's one of the greatest lyricists of our time.
All the way from the East Coast, Mr. Stephen Kellogg.
I got all I ever wanted, but I still cannot believe how I love to take for granted all the love that comes to me, all the love.
So I'm just there to say thank you so much for your service. They're away from their families for much more than we are as musicians. I've always kind of operated in different genres, so it gave me a chance to kind of indulge that.
After seeing that film about you, Last Man Standing, I have a new appreciation.
Do you remember who we were when all this began?
15 years. I do this because I don't feel that I have an option, and it's also how I feed my family. So for me, music just has to say something.
Gonna be the last man standing.
He has also written a book of corresponding essays about life, marriage, and music.
Writing the book is harder than I thought.
Yeah. I'm about to start work on a new project. A series of essays that correspond to a new book.
It's like I got 4 daughters. I want to see them grow up, and I want to dream new dreams. Welcome, everybody, to this show on November 14th, 2020. Songs by my friends and people I wish were my friends. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We're going to start this show like we start all our shows on the Experience Tour with a roll call of tonight's ticket buyers and folks who are tuning in. Sit back and be heard, my friends. Be recognized. Leanne McGee, Hannah Feidelberg, Glenn Peer, Eduardo Ferrar, Jason Carone, the Short Family, Amy Dobbs, Jason Bull, Scott Forbes, Jay Miola. I see that name on the list. I didn't know he was going to be tuned in tonight. He is my oldest friend since kindergarten. We call ourselves the Evil Twin Brothers, leaders of Stratfield School. J. Frank Miola, I'm glad you're tuned in. Stephen Richard Kellogg is here to entertain you, brother. Claire Willisey, Melissa Taylor, Jacqueline Gentner, James Sekonic, welcome. Joseph Aruda, Hillary Beckman, Jason Merton, the Simmons family, our dear, dear friends, Karen McQueen out in California, Jennifer Sabatelli, Jeff McCurry, Jeremy Press, Susan Palmieri, my mom, on her birthday, is tuned in tonight with her beau, Chip Rubenstein. Chip, thanks for making my mom happy on her birthday. The Ask Figs out in Utah, the Oliar family also celebrating a belated birthday. Glad to have you guys here. Barbara Barchat, Matthew Werner, Jeremy Yanowitz, Blake Sampson and his new arrival out in Oregon, Hannah Sklar, Dustin Degree, David Bishop, Ryan Massimo, Catherine Van Eddy, Crandall and Bailey Rogers, Jessica Edwards, Scott Hurley, Laura Case out in Spokane, Washington, and her talented son, founder of the Rock Slide, for all you slide guitar players, Danny Songhurst. Crystal Waters, Pam Schwartz, Paola Rosado in the UK, James Schellenberger, newly married.
It's funny, you get to know everybody that's tuning in. I meet you guys on the meet and greets, and I want to, anyway, I'll focus. Zerlinda Jesse, James Mershon, Alyssa Love, Max Selleck, Rockin' Ron Kepnick, Sarah and Joe Guistina, Kendra Hill. Hey, we're thinking of your kitty out there. I follow you on Instagram, and our hearts are with her, and just sending you a lot of love. Rachel Hawkins, Deborah Hernandez, Mark and Allie Novitsky, Jonesy down in Atlanta, Missy Soltera, Tom and Mary Gilding, Colleen Weiler, my co-author, Allison Hammer, who I'm currently writing a book with, and she actually tunes in. I can't believe you're not sick of me. Beautiful, Allison. Glad to have you here. Robert Brenner, Christopher Burkett, Scott Hurley, Julie Fancy, Timothy Walsh, The Panics, Jeff and Claire Valder, Britt Nisko, Catherine Anderson, Catherine Roberts, the Tolley Sisters, Hallie Diller, Liz Redder, Kenny Corbett, Carol Wagner, I was ready to go German on it, Carol Wagner, Paul Himes, Brian Weitzen, feeling we have a German motif tonight, Jonathan Talbert, John Bomarito, out in Ann Arbor, Michigan, who played our music on the radio so many years. Thank you, John, for that. Gaitis Bardzukas, Hallie Hoff, Jenny Olson, Stephen Balduano, Michelle Camardella, Emma Rallis, Patrick Stolley, Lori Froelich, Brian Walsh, James Boyle, Alexandra Hindle, Corey Chancellor, Chris Gefkin, Brooke Eichelberger, Kimberly Boggs, Kurt McLeod, Tanya Fairchild, Andrea Bobb, Miranda Herring, Hannah Messberg, Nikki Rose, Emily Strong Rubin, Ann Stupar, Steve and Carol Kellogg, our last week's guest, my dad, Steve Kellogg, Justin Mitchell, Anna Simone, Mark Bombian, Sonia Marie, Sean, Ricky, and Viv up in the Midwest, sending you guys love. Chris Balduino, again, I think he was on here earlier as well. Craig Pataki, Andrew Farrell, Adam Steinfeld, and Rachel Orlovsky. And that, my friends, is the roll call. Thank you all so much for being here. I also want to thank tonight's presenting partners, Friends of Kids with Cancer. I feel like at a moment in history when we can't even seem to agree on the fact that the earth is round, which it is, but we can't even seem to agree on that. The one thing that has always been something I feel like we can all get behind is pediatric cancer. And I've had the honor over the years of playing several hospitals, meeting families, and being reminded that my problems pale in comparison to the problems that we face when we run up against children with cancer. So this is a great organization. We have a donate link if you're looking for a place to put some goodwill out in the world. These are incredible presenting partners. I'm proud to stand in solidarity with them tonight. Thank you guys so much for being a partner on this show. So, if you don't know what you bought a ticket to, you bought a ticket to Songs by My Friends and People I Wish Were My Friends. I'm going to go back and forth between my friends and people I wish were my friends. We did this show one time in the spring, and I've decided not to repeat any of those songs tonight and really challenge myself to play some things that are a little bit out of my comfort zone. You bought your ticket. There's no refunds on it, so if I screw it up, I'm like Evel Knievel. I get paid for the attempt. Stealing that from Dave Chappelle, but nonetheless, I'm going to start with a friend tonight. One of my favorite artists in the world, and a guy who just last year, this picture was taken, we both played at Telluride Bluegrass Festival. And he's just one of the most tremendous songwriters and humans. I sent him a royalty check for an independent record of mine that he had co-written a bit of a song, and the check was for $13. And 2 nights ago, I couldn't sleep, and I got a text from Gregory, and it said, best mail of the day, digging out from summer mail. He had not checked his mail in 5 months since I sent him this $13 check, because he lives an extremely organic life. And it's a tremendous thing to be around an artist like that. I got to tour Europe as his opening act in 2014. It was one of the best experiences of my life. And this is the song he opened with on the first night. So this one's for Gregory. Dreaming of this golden grain, oh, I'm falling from this shack, talking sweet to the queen, wishing I was riding with the pack, walking proud and lonesome now, oh, I'm yearning for the jack. But I'd never say I love you, dear, just to hear you say it back. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've heard the road to every truth is just a cul-de-sac. There's ladies and there's lions there, but you know it's just an act. I search the world for the milk of the pearl, well, she always takes it black. And you love her till it all goes dark, love her even after that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Folks, you're too kind. You're too kind from all over the world tuning in tonight. This next song I'm going to play is Now We Go to People I Wish I Were Friends With. And this is an act that I think has been at times disparaged over the years. And I say that she is one of my favorite artists in the world. And people think I'm being like cute or ironic in some way. But the fact of the matter is, Taylor Swift is without a doubt one of the greatest artists, most inspiring people I've really ever, the body of work is just incredible. It's been a huge bonding point with my kids, but her lyrics move me in a way that very few people's do. And I just, so I'm gonna play one of her songs. I decided to go new on this one because she just put out a new album in 2020. It may be her best. It's called Folklore. There we were. We met once, and we met for about 2.5 minutes, and I'll never forget. We were walking out of there. I'm looking at my wife, Kirsten, who's been cropped out of this picture. I remember walking out and saying, I've met so many charismatic people in my life, and I've never met anybody who made me feel as important as she just did. And she did that to our kids. And Adeline, who loves Taylor Swift, was actually bawling through the meet and greet because we had to leave the cookies behind to go in and meet her. So, Taylor, this is a beautiful new song that you, off your new record. And I think what I connected to so much about this one is that in my life, one of the areas I've been really lucky is in my relationship, my romantic relationship. I married the right person, and I married them young, and I met them young, and this song made me sort of imagine what it might have been like if I hadn't made that choice, and for that reason, it just got in my heart. It's called The One. I'm doing good, I'm on some new shit. Been saying yes instead of no. I thought I saw you at the bus stop, I didn't know. I hit the ground running each night. I hit the Sunday matinees. You know the greatest films of all time were never made. I guess you never know, you never know. And if you wanted me, you really should have showed. If you never bleed, you're never gonna grow. And it's alright now. But we were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true, it would have been you. In my defense, I have none for never leaving well enough alone. But it would have been fun, yeah, if you could have been the one. Oh, I had this dream you're doing cool shit, having adventures on your own. You meet somebody on the internet and take them home. We never painted by the numbers, baby, but we were making it count. You know the greatest loves of all time are over now. I guess you never know, you'll never know. And it's another day of waking up alone. But we were something, don't you think so? A roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true, it would have been you. In my defense, I have none for never leaving well enough alone. And if my wishes came true, well, it could have been you. And I persist and resist the temptation to ask you if one thing had gone different. Would everything be different today? And we were something, don't you think so? Rosé flowing through our chosen family. And it would have been sweet if it could have been me. In my defense, I have none for digging up the grave another time. But it would have been fun if you could have been the one. Oh, 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 oh. T Swift, friends, still the best concert I ever saw. I'd say the Reputation tour. 1989 concert was great too, although we were sitting next to one of the Wahlbergs. Not Mark, possibly Donnie, I don't know. I just know that Kirsten the whole time was like, take a picture. And I'm like, this is so, I can't. The guy hates, he didn't seem remotely happy to have me in the picture, but he was nice to you. And we have a very say anything type picture from that. So anyway, Taylor Swift, great artist. Right now I'm going to go to one of my friends. A band called Dispatch that I'm guessing a lot of you have never heard of, and yet they sold out 3 nights at Madison Square Garden. And I was lucky enough early on in my career to be managed by the same manager that managed Dispatch. We became friends and have sat in with each other a bunch over the years, and just I've enjoyed their company. I had Chad Stokes on the show earlier this tour on the night of the George Floyd. He came on and gave some amazing thoughts. So I have decided to do Dispatch's latest single here, and this is a song that just floored me when I heard it. It's not a song that I would have written, but with my 4 daughters, I'm damn happy to sing it. So here we go. It's called Year of the Woman. she on the rise, and each day now, each day now, the more we got to hide. But he says he prays like a good God-fearing white man. He can't recall his trespasses, you know he doing the best he can. 'Cause it's the year of the woman. It's about time for the world to see. Men have been pushing their IV oppression, riding away on a tree-lined street. Stay on fire now, lady. These are the powers that used to be. 'Cause there's a sea change coming like a high court summon from sea to mother shining sea. We late now. The moon, she on the rise, and each day now, the more he got to hide. But he says he prays like a good God-fearing white man. He can't recall his trespasses, you know he doing the best he can. 'Cause it's the year of the woman. It's about time for the world to see. Men have been pushing their IV oppression, hiding away on a tree-lined street. Stay on fire now, lady. These are the powers that used to be. 'Cause there's a sea change coming like a high court summon from sea to mother shining sea. 'Cause when the kingdom come, the king get dumb. When the king come, the king get dumb. He can't remember everything he done. We're all saying now, this is insane, man. So raise a glass last to the rigged up game, man. 'Cause it's the year of the woman. It's about time for the world to see. Men have been pushing their IV oppression, hiding away on a tree-lined street. Stay on fire now, lady. These are the powers that used to be. 'Cause there's a sea change coming like a high court summon from sea to mother shining sea. 'Cause there's a sea change coming like a high court summon from sea to mother shining sea. That one's for you, Brett Kavanaugh. Great song, Chad. Great song. Dispatch, a band you may have never heard of, but a band that continually pushes the envelope and does amazing things. Thank you guys for being such an inspiration in my life. So. From there, we are going to take a pretty hard turn, and we are going to go to a little bit of Guns N' Roses. Those who know anything about me know that I grew up wanting to be an 80s metal rocker. And my first Halloween show that I ever did was we did a bunch of Guns N' Roses. Apparently we couldn't find the picture, so we put the picture up of the band when we were doing Prince's Purple Rain. But you'll have to imagine that we also had good Guns N' Roses costumes. And this is just on one of those songs. I sometimes play this one on the piano. It's just one of those songs I wish I wrote. Since I mentioned my friend Jay Miola earlier, I think he may have taught me how to play this lick. I'm gonna give it a swing here, Jay. This one's for you. Hopefully you're not tuning in for hot licks on the guitar, or we're all screwed. Sing along if you're at home though, okay? She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories, where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky. Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where as a child I'd hide. Pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by. And oh, 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 sweet child of mine. And oh, sweet love of mine. She's got eyes of the bluest skies. If they fall to rain, I'd hate to look into her eyes and see an ounce of pain. Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where as a child I would hide. Pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by. Oh, sweet child of mine. Whoa, sweet love of mine. I said, oh, 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 sweet child of mine. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, 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 sweet love of mine. Yeah, you say, where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go now and where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Oh, oh, sweet child of mine. Everything's gonna be fine. Oh yeah, may you hold that in your heart. Hold that in your heart. Everything's gonna be fine, fine, fine. Sweet child of mine. Sweet child of mine. Truth be told, I'm not sure if I want to be friends with Guns N' Roses. I did meet Duff McKagan, bass player. We played a show together in Austin, which seems like a strange choice, but we did do that. I don't know if I really want to, but I wanted to play that song tonight, so I'm going out on a limb saying that I would like to meet Guns N' Roses. We have brought back My Ponytail from 1997 in honor of when I finally cut my metal hair. Let me get close. Kirsten's saying, ew. But this was the rock and roll. This is for all my metal friends. Best tour ever going out. It was supposed to go out in 2020. Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and Poison. And when that tour goes back out, I will be there. Guns N' Roses for you. And from there, we're going to go to some of the best friends that I've had in my lifetime. Sam Getz, former Sixer, founding member of a band called Welshly Arms that has a platinum record over there in Europe. You may know these guys. And Sam was in my band for years, and we would all sing, right? But we were the ones that, the only guy that was never given a microphone was Sam Getz. So we had 5 people in the band, 4 microphones on stage, and we all sang. And Sam has gone on to have platinum-selling hits with his band Welshly Arms, which is just, I'm like, Sam, I better not go down in history as the guy that didn't give you a mic. But I'm very proud of him, and when quarantine and all the craziness started, he was one of the first people that our family got on with, and we all just kind of needed to know that it was going to be okay, you know, that we had this, that we could still connect, even if we weren't able to see each other in person. And so I've never sung this song, and it was surprisingly, not surprisingly, but a lot of these songs are pretty challenging, and I just figured I'd take a swing. I obviously know a million covers, but the goal here for me was to kind of share some of the stuff that has really meant a lot to me, and I hope that you'll take that into account when judging my scores on the songs by my friends and people I wish were my friends show. So this one's Welshly Arms. It was my brother-in-law Sean's wedding song, and I thought I'd give it a swing tonight because, man, these lyrics, they hit hard. This was actually earlier this year in January. Sam sat in with us on the rock boat, and we just put our heads together like that for probably 3 minutes, playing to about 1,000 people. But that's what love looks like. Picture kills me. All the friends. Here we go. When the darkness won't let you sleep, I will hold you close. And when the space is all you need, I can let you go. And if the spark in your eye goes out, I can be your glow, bringing you home. Yeah, bringing you home. I see your hurt, I feel your pain. All of our dirt is washed in the rain. I've walked that road and I felt that shame. No place is home, but times they are changing, yeah. This is our sanctuary. We will find shelter and peace. This is our sanctuary. You are safe with me. This is our sanctuary. You will find shelter and peace. This is our sanctuary. You are safe with me. When the rain starts to take its toll, I will slow you down. 'Cause we both know that the world's turned cold, and I need you now, but keep holding on. Yeah, keep holding on. 'Cause I see your hurt, I feel your pain. All of our dirt is washed in the rain. I walked that road, I felt that shame. No place is home, but times they are changing. This is our sanctuary. We will find shelter and peace. This is our sanctuary. You are safe with me. This is our sanctuary. You will find shelter and peace. This is our sanctuary. You are safe with me. Yeah, yeah. We share this hurt, we feel this pain. All of our dirt is washed in the rain. We've walked that road, we felt that shame. But times they are changing, yeah. This is our sanctuary. We will find shelter and peace. This is our sanctuary. You are safe with me. This is our sanctuary. And you will find comfort and peace. This is our sanctuary. You are safe with me. You are safe with me. 'Cause you are safe with me. Welshly Arms, my friends, check them out. When I go to Europe, people are like, you don't know Welshly Arms. I'm like, I do, actually. Well, next up is my favorite singer of all time. I want to introduce this song correctly. It's my favorite singer of all time, and a lot of times people sort of assume you like music that sounds like yourself. And for me anyway, because of whatever, ego or just, you know, a lot of times when I hear music that sounds just like me, I can't enjoy it to the same degree because I think about how was that song created? And, you know, and I get thinking about what have I done or not done to kind of make something work. So I find a lot of peace in music that I probably wouldn't have written. And when I was about 19 years old, I heard my first Otis Redding record. And it just was some music that I could listen to without any judgment or self, I don't know, without beating up too hard on myself. So we do a lot of Sam Cooke, we do a lot of Wilson Pickett in the Kellogg household, but the king is Otis. And this is one I used to sing back in the bars now and again, and I'm bringing it back tonight. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and then I'll watch you roll away again. Oh, I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay, 'cause I got nothing to live for. It seemed like nothing gonna go my way. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, just wasting time. Looks like nothing gonna change. Everything, you know, still remains the same. 'Cause I can't do what 10 people tell me to do. So I guess I'll remain the same, baby. So I'm sitting here and I'm resting my bones, but this loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Gonna sit here on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Let's see. Otis Redding, the man, the myth, the legend, tragically taken from the world the week that song came out. Incredible exhibit over in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame if you haven't seen it. Pay tribute to a guy who, in addition to being a great singer, by all accounts and everything I've read, was just a really good guy And that is such a welcome thing to discover about an artist. So, Otis, we love you. I'm gonna do another song by someone I wish that I knew. But before I do, I want to tell you what we're doing over at the Kellogg Family Store, where we pack up things and we do our thing. We got a couple new items as we prep for the fall and the winter. We've got an all heart, no fear winter hat and an all heart, no fear crew neck sweatshirt. We also have 3 new t-shirts, the Letter of Hope, which is just about sold out. I'm not a weatherman. I'm not very skilled at pointing to the right thing. This one here, the blue one, says socially distanced, emotionally connected, 2020. And this one here is the lyrics from my song Milwaukee. You don't succeed by giving up. That's one thing I know. In addition, in case you somehow missed it, I wrote a book. It's called Objects in the Mirror, Thoughts on a Perfect Life from an Imperfect Person. It's real. It's now on Amazon and Books A Million and Barnes & Noble and all that. It's on Audible. But we send out signed copies from the Kellogg Family Store. We've got onesies, we've got vinyl, and we've got our handwritten lyrics that we do every year for the holidays, a large portion of which the proceeds go to charities that each of my daughters pick out. And speaking of my daughters, I'm going to bring all of them and my wife up for this next. Oh, she's shaking her head no. I don't know. Well, let's get you guys. But while we're getting these guys set, we're doing serenades as holiday gifts. I know it's a weird year for a lot of things, so you pick the song and we'll send you serenades. And in addition, we have these handwritten lyrics. And I don't want to sell you anything you don't want to buy, but I just want you to know the only reason 2020 has been less terrifying is because we still get to play shows. And you guys have been here for so many of these events. And so we have a free shipping code, good for the next 24 hours, Unity 2020. We'll cover the shipping. Sophia's like, my arms are getting very, very tired. This is a song by a person I wish that I knew, because they must be so incredibly wealthy, and it would have been fun to go to their parties. We want to say a very happy birthday to my mother, Susan Palmieri, a great mother, and we're going to sing this one for you. This is for you, Nana. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nana. Happy birthday to you. Hey! We love you, Nana, and I wish I wrote happy birthday. I would have bought you a house with a big swimming pool, but at least we're here, and your granddaughters love you. And Greta, you want to blow a kiss to Nana? Wait. You're cut off. Come in the screen. Kids, they always cooperate when you want them to. Thank you. Awesome. I love you guys. Thanks for doing that with me. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right. So I'm going to do one more song, and then we have a little interlude before the denouement. I'm going to sing you a song that I wrote for an album that was Grammy nominated. I wrote this song with my friend Robert Randolph. The way he plays it has no comparison. He's a really incredible, Eric Clapton called him one of the best guitar players on the planet in Rolling Stone. He has 7 Grammy nominations, and this song was the lead single on his album that was his 6th nomination. And I thought I would just play this one because you could hear a little bit of what it sounds like on an acoustic before it gets written. This is Robert and I earlier this year, and this is Robert and my dad at the blackjack table. Hitting it big. I love that picture. I love that embrace. I love what it reminds me of what's to come. So this song's a jammer. Here we go. Black beauty with a face that screams. She was a vampire, the ghost of New Orleans. French Quarter, half a Pontchartrain. She told me secrets, since then I never been the same. You got soul every night and day. A heart of gold, it never fades away. Street musician, damn, she loved to play that jazz. Just like a preacher, giving all he has. Lord, if you're out there, please give us a sign. Just like Mary, when you turn the water to wine. Yeah, I see that you got soul every night and day. We rock and roll till the break of day. Now somebody somewhere chasing burning tires. I've been working so hard trying to put out fires. Feels like the water's rising, the city's on its knees. If life is a party, won't you live it loud with me? Yeah, 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 because we got soul every night and day. A heart of gold, it never fades away. Yeah, yeah, we got soul every night and day. Like Johnny Cash says, I walk the line. Just like Loretta, I've done my time. Show me a rose that ain't got a thorn. Could you show me a child that ain't never been born? Yeah, you got soul every night and day. Oh yeah, rock and roll is never gonna fade away. Oh, one more time, you got soul, yeah, to the break of day. A heart of gold, it never fades away. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Robert Randolph.
Robert Randolph, my friend, how you doing?
Chilling, brother. What you up to, man?
Just hustling every day, right? Hustling.
Hey, man, good news is there's a vaccine coming and the whole world could get vaccinated and we can be out playing some kind of show soon, you know?
I know. Well, because you're a band guy too, man. You love the first time I met you was at George Washington. You don't remember this show, do you? We played at George Washington University. My band was opening for your band. There was like floaties and stuff around. You don't remember that though, right?
What do you mean? Like, in downtown DC. Oh, wait, I think I do remember that, right? Because it was I think Richard came to sit in with us at that school.
Yes, and Richard, because Richard was friends with us too, so he sat in with us, and then he sat in with
I
you.
remember that. That's funny, man. I didn't know. I mean, I remember the show, but I didn't remember being you back then, right?
Yeah.
But the whole day now makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, and so for those of you who don't know, Richard On from OAR, mutual friend of ours, and I guess that's how we connected, was through just we ran into each other again a few times and started working or whatever. So when we got on here, you said that you like this song. You and I we've got quite a number of songs that sort of in the hopper, but you like this one. You got to sit with what we did last week.
Yeah, man. You know, I got to do a bunch of stuff, man. You know, got to do a little demo, man, of the song we did, man. You know, just messing around in the studio with it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be pretty cool, man. 7 Generations. We got a song called Seven Generations gonna bring them one. My grandma said.
I love that, man. I love that, and that's like,
man, you're such a great poet, man. You know, you're just a genius with words. You know.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Well, I'll tell you, you brought something into my life, Robert, that I'd never had. I've not. When I make a record, no matter how good it is, I would joke around with the engineer. I'd be like, maybe we'll get nominated for a Grammy. And we always crack up because it's not even been on the radar. And I'll never forget the day that, and I wasn't nominated for the Grammy, but that Got Soul, your record, was nominated, and you and I wrote that single together, and it meant something to me, man. But you have obviously been nominated so many times now. Where are you at with the Grammys? How does it feel at this point when you're like, you got more than a half dozen? I know you have at least 6. You may have more nominations so far.
Yeah, but I don't have an actual trophy. You know, I got a plaque that they sent me that I was part of a collaboration with Eric Clapton and a bunch of others from way back when. But I got actually 7 nominations, no wins. So, you know, it's like I'm the
you're like Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, right. I'm like all these nominations, no wins. You know, I'm like the Buffalo Bills from back in the 90s. You know.
Exactly. How do you feel? Do you care about that? I mean, does it matter? Is it frustrating? Is it humorous at this point? Is it like, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you go, you know, the thing about the Grammys is, man, is all this, you know, you get dressed up, you're all excited, right? You get your hair done, you got the wardrobe, the label, everybody treats you better, right? There's this whole day, and, you know, so you want to walk out of there with a trophy, you know? So when you don't win, it kind of sucks the life out of you just because you didn't win. And you're like, all right, I guess we're back to being regular people.
Yeah. I know. Well,
you're like, you just go back to the hotel after all of the glitz and glamour. You're like, all right, let me put on my jeans and my tour clothes, and let me just go back to the bar and be a regular person.
Oh man, I remember you look the year that Got Soul was in there. I saw you wore it. It was awesome, man. You had a camouflage suit or something. It was cool. It was really good.
Yeah, right. You go out and you get your special suits and your special clothes and get it all fitted, and you work out extra that month, you know, so you can look smooth and cool. You know, you can look slim and trim.
You work out a lot. Like you work out and you go to church a lot. You know, but I mean, you're not like, I think what a lot of us to relate to about you and your music is you're not some saint, you know, you got more Johnny Cash in you, you know, I admire that. I like that. But you do have a certain level of discipline, man. Was that ingrained in you as a kid, or where does that come from?
Yeah. You know, I mean, you know, like, you know, church is this thing to where it's really, you know, first and foremost, church is just kind of this place that you go to just sort of, you know, congregate with your friends and family, right? That's sort of the initial thought, like, oh, I can't wait to go to church and see everybody, right? And smile but when you get in there, right, you know, somebody starts singing and somebody starts crying. So, you know, for our churches that we grew up going to, you know, you would go in there and you would see these different people and hear these stories. Somebody be crying over there, and somebody be smiling of joy over there and somebody be struggling in the back, you know. So it's this place where everybody come through to sort of get all of the weight of the week lifted off of them, right? So they can sort of rejoice, and it's just something to that sort of keeps you grounded and lets you sort of appreciate all of the different little things and nuances of life that sort of helped, you know, me grow, you know. But it's also the place where I learned how to play music. So, you know, I mean, all of those different church songs and the fast song, the slow hymns, the different chords, it's like, you know, all these different chords, and you never know which song is coming, right? Because it's not really rehearsal. So that's kind of like where we kind of got this energy for playing music and the spontaneousness of just the live show aspect. But two, right? Don't forget, man, like, so in this country, right, the American gospel music is really what, you know, all of the other music genres have come out of. You know, there was this little baby called gospel music, not little, but big baby now, or always have been,
Sure.
right? Which these, you know, slaves coming from Africa on the field, and he's singing these old songs like, Lord, please let me out of here, and glory, glory, hallelujah, you know, one day, you know. And then that turned into early blues and then early jazz. And then, you know, all these things started to branch off, all the different artists. So, and it's funny because we're working on this whole sort of docu-series about that now, about the whole real history and how each song, each artist, like let's say the Rolling Stones have taken all of these different songs from all of these different artists and they became the Rolling Stones, right? And Elvis walks into a church. He was just a guy that could sing, right, and play guitar, but he walks into this church down in Tennessee in the black section back then, right? And he goes in there and he sees these people moving and dancing and high energy music. And he's like, wait a second, right? And that's what helped him become Elvis. So that same thing has then taken off into all these different thousands of directions throughout the year, right? Throughout the years until current today. I mean, many artists still do that. Well, I would say for me, playing music, for me growing up I mean, even most of the time, I mean, you know, like we write songs and I'm we always talking about trying to uplift or make somebody feel better, right? So that's just sort of the basis of who I am. So, and I feel like, you know, kind of me having the duty of that responsibility to bring that sense of joy and love and respect and how to overcome things and how not to, you know, to focus and stay on the downsides of life, right? Because there's always a bright side, right? That's just how I grew up. That's how we were taught. That's just that was what was ingrained in me as a young child, as a teenager growing up in church.
Robert, thank you for coming on my show today, for being here, for being
thank you, bro.
One of my favorite people to collaborate with. It means a lot, man. It's good to be in this together.
Thank you, Stefan.
All right, buddy. See you soon, man.
All right.
Robert Randolph, everybody. Hopefully that song he mentioned, 7 Generations, that he and I are working on, hopefully that gets him the 8th nomination, will get him the Grammy, because that'd be a win for all of us. And the idea with 7 Generations is that that's the most you could really know in a lifetime. If you went to a great-grandchild all the way up to a great-grandparent, that would be 7 generations. And we had this idea, what if you could just raise them right for 7 straight generations? That would be an incredible person. So, Robert Randolph, thank him for coming on the show. You see my Best Coach Ever mug. I want to give you an update on the Revolution, the soccer team of 2nd through 4th graders that I've been coaching this season. This just in, yes, we finished 2-5-1. For those of you not in the know, that's 2 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie. We took a shellacking and in some of the games late in the season, but I was so proud. The best moment of the season for me came in the last game when probably the shyest person on the team who isn't one of my offspring, she kicked a ball and it looked like it was gonna go in and it rolled up and it was just about to roll in and we were losing by 6. And the same kid who had been on offense just pounding goals past us, he slid on the ground and he kicked it out of the goal, and his dad, the coach on the other team, was so proud. And I was like, I'll throw my lot in with that girl every day of the week. I'm all about the underdog, and seeing the light on her face. If that goal had gone in, it would have been incredible. I'll always side with those kids. So it's been a great experience, and I'm glad that we snuck it in before the crazy began. I have 2 more songs for you. One by someone I wish I was friends with, and somebody I am friends with. And so I'm going to sing both of these. The other bit of news I had to report is that during the break, we were informed that our dryer in this very basement where we broadcast from is officially broken. It has stopped drying the Kellogg clothes. This is bad news all around. So if you're learning guitar and you need a songbook, the Kellogg Family Store has them, and we're calling it the Dryer Fund now. A home ownership, folks, the greatest. All right. Switching gears, I'm going to go to the mighty Bob Dylan. It's kind of like saying, I like the way that guy Shakespeare writes plays. At one point when I was on a cross-country trip with my then girlfriend, now wife, Kirsten, we were traveling after we graduated college, and we had CD disc changers. We had 6 CDs that we could put in rotation. And we were probably somewhere around Wyoming when she said to me, look, I like Bob Dylan, but he gets 4. Not more than that, because she was changing it, and at that point I think we might have had a full 6 and from his catalog. He's a tremendous songwriter, and I want to sing you this song right now. Come, ye masters of war, you that build the big guns, you that build the death planes, you that build all the bombs, you hide behind walls, you that hide behind desks. I just want you to know I could see through your masks. You that never done nothing but to build and destroy, and you play with our world like it's your little toy. You put a gun in my hand, and you hide from my eyes. Then you turn and run farther where the fast bullet flies. Like the Judas of old, you lie and deceive. A world war can be won. You want me to believe, but I see through your eyes, and I see through your brain, like I see through the water that runs down my drain. You that fasten all the triggers for the others to fire, then you sit and you watch while the death count gets higher, and you hide in your mansions where the young people's blood flows out of their bodies and gets buried in the mud. And you've thrown the worst fear that that can ever be hurled. Fear to bring children into the world, and for threatening my baby, unborn and unnamed. But you ain't worth the blood that runs in your veins. How much do I know to talk out of turn? You might say that I'm liberal, you might say I'm unlearned, but there's one thing I know. Though I'm younger than you, even Jesus will never forgive what you do. Let me ask you one question. Is your money that good? Will it buy you forgiveness? Do you think that it could? I think you will find when death takes its toll, all the money you made will never buy back your soul. And I hope that you die, and that your death will come soon, and I'll follow your casket through the pale afternoon. I will watch while you're lowered into your deathbed. Then I'll stand over your grave and make sure that you're dead. Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan. Before I play this last song, I just want to acknowledge something about me and the songwriting that I do. And you've been good enough to come here and play a part in it. That song is very much a part of what fuels me. And this song is also very much a part of what fuels me. And it's hard to make sense of. You know, it's kind of like all that anger that's in that last song, Masters of War, and all the love that's in the song I'm going to play as my last song of the set here. It's all in here. And anybody who doesn't like what I have to say on Twitter or Instagram or is mad at me for not believing the president's lies right now, you're wrong, man. You're wrong about that. There's right and there's wrong. And I wrestle with it because I am a lover. I'm a lover. But I'm also really, really disgusted by the lack of courage. I just had to say that. But I'm a lover. The music's here. Unfollow me on Twitter. You can listen to the music. If you know anything about me, you know for 20 years, I haven't said much in the political forum. I'm here as a lover. But right now, we need a little courage to stand up and do the right thing. And I'm leaning in that direction. And I'm sorry if that makes you mad, but it's the fucking truth. Kirsten's like, I don't know what else to say. It's so stressful every day waking up with a president who pretends that he didn't lose the election. It's so stressful. You can support his beliefs. but you can't support a coup. I'm gonna move back towards the love side of things. I'm trying. I love you. I'm trying real hard to be decent and to be caring and to be thoughtful. But yeah, my family escaped Nazi Germany, so I feel this. Thank God for someone like Lori McKenna who just shines a light. And here we go. I know there's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Go to church 'cause your mama says to. Visit grandpa every chance that you can. It won't be a waste of time. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door and say please and say thank you. And don't steal and don't cheat and don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. And when the dreams that you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip, and here's why. Bitterness, it keeps us from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between sleeping with someone and sleeping with someone you love. I love you ain't no pickup line. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door and say please and say thank you. And don't steal and don't cheat and don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb. Always stay humble and kind. And when the dreams that you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. So when it's hot, eat a root beer popsicle. Shut off the AC and roll the windows down. Let that summer sun shine. Always stay humble and kind. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, turn right back around and help the next one in line. Always stay humble and kind. And hold the door and say please and say thank you. And don't steal and don't cheat and don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. And when the dreams that you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. An encore. Thank you, guys. Thank you if you're still here. Now, our tradition on the last Songs by My Friends and People I Wish Were My Friends show is that I play a new original song as part of the encore, and I'm going to do that again here. I have a new song. I'll be recording it next week. I wrote it with my dear friend Eric Donnelly, who's been kind of like Yoda in my life over the last couple years. I hope it gives you some hope. Meteor showers in late summer, staring up at space. I guess we're not alone in all this chaos we create. Running after every rabbit, taking all the bait. But if everyone is always right, then what is there to say? I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. That doesn't mean I'm giving. That doesn't mean I'm giving up. See, I try to be on my best behavior. Most of the time it's hard. When it feels like Goliath is coming for us, we anticipate the scars. I'm still learning when to speak my mind and when to keep it to myself. But your faith is your faith, unless your faith is a threat to everybody else. I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. That doesn't mean I'm giving. That doesn't mean I'm giving up. Get me off this roller coaster. It don't matter how. Just show us where the hope is. Now I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. That doesn't mean I'm giving. That doesn't mean I'm giving up. Thank you very much, my friends, for tuning in tonight. We have 2 more shows coming up. This Thursday, we have a show called Songs About Family, which is pretty much every song in my entire catalog. And we do that. The special guest is my Aunt Lucia Prosperi, who helped me very much on my artistic journey. And our last show of Experience Tour 2.0 is on November 22nd. We'll be doing a deep dive on the Southwest Northeast album, a 20-song album. Our special guest on that show is my friend Josh Kaufman, who played guitar on the new Taylor Swift, produced a Bob Weir record, and didn't tell me that was going to be his next record starting 2 days after the one he made with me. I found out we were both Deadheads. The Grateful Dead have given me so much hope. They've been one of the most unifying bands in the world over the years, and I'm so grateful for their music. And so I'm going to end tonight with a Grateful Dead song that is in my top 10 favorite songs of all time. I love you. Be well. I wish you well, whoever you are, whatever you're believing, wherever you are. Stay safe. Be smart. Be kind. You know, just take a step back sometimes and take a look around and be helpful where we can. It's all we can do. It's all we can do right now. It's a tough moment. I love you. I'd like to dedicate this to my team who's been working through all these crazy things, all these technical issues. Lee Totten keeping us straight. Shady Cats doing the slides. Dale Campbell on the meet and greets and making sure everybody feels okay. My wonderful wife, Kirsten Kellogg, running the stream every night. And my amazing manager, Jessica Martin. We grew up on songs like this. Thank you for being here in 2020. All you guys, be well. Fare you well, my honey. Fare you well, my only true one. All the birds that were singing are flown, except you alone. Going to leave this broke down palace on my hands, on my knees. I will roll, roll, roll. Make myself a bed by the waterside. In my time, I will roll, roll, roll. In a bed by the waterside, I will lay my head, listen to the river sing sweet songs to rock my soul. River gonna take me, sing me sweet and sleepy. Sing me sweet and sleepy all the way back home. It's a far gone lullaby from many years ago. Mama, mama, many worlds I've come since I first left home. Going home by the waterside, I will rest my bones. Listen to the river sing sweet songs to rock my soul, yeah. I'm gonna plant a weeping willow on the bank's green edge. It will grow, grow, grow. Sing a lullaby beside the water. Lovers come and go, but the river will roll, roll, roll. Fare you well, fare you well. I love you more than words can tell. Listen to the river sing sweet songs to rock my soul. I say, fare you well, fare you well. I love you more than words can tell. Listen to the river sing sweet songs to rock my soul. Listen to the river sing sweet songs. May they rock your soul.
Well, friends, we did it. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Thank you for tuning in, and I'd love it if you'd take the time to head on over to the Kellogg Family Store at StephenKellogg.com and pick up some merchandise. We have copies of my new book, a virtual tour t-shirt that we made just for these special events, songbooks, CDs, vinyl, and a whole lot more. We've got free shipping for people who came to the show.
And it's a really big deal when you take the time to go over there. I hope to be able to have that exchange with you, and we'll be packing all those packages with a lot of love. Thank you for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. And I look so forward to seeing all of you out there again really soon.
As we look back through the looking glass, visions closer than they appear. There's so many things to be grateful for, my dear. All these objects in the mirror, objects in the mirror.